So yeah, the character of John Wick is super relatable. Because if anyone touched my dog, I'd be super pissed too. Anyway, so John Wick is a movie that really, really surprised me. It came out in 2014. And it's not like we've seen Keanu Reeves do anything brilliant since The Matrix, so it was like, holy crap, this could be the one. But when you watch the trailers, it was like, it could just be a generic action movie because that's what it's set up to be. But John Wick is so much more than that, and I love this movie. So, John Wick is basically very simple story about a man who loses everything. Keanu Reeves plays John Wick, an ex-hitman whose wife dies. She leaves him a dog, and that's the only thing he's got left of her. That's all he's got left in his life. And then some thugs, just some generic thugs, you know. Reek from Game of Thrones is leading these thugs, and they want his car, and he's like, "You can't have my car." And it's like, "Oh, well, I guess we'll destroy your life then." And that's basically what this is. And then they kill his dog, and he goes on a rampage and kills most of New York City, I guess. But it's a very, very good movie. Bullets are flying, the action's amazing, and Keanu Reeves gives probably the best performance of his entire career, and I mean Matrix included. I think this movie is probably even better than The Matrix in terms of action movies, and it's one of the best action movies we've had in years. So let's talk about why it's so great. First of all, the action is just so well choreographed. I think Keanu Reeves did most of his own stunts. There's this one scene that takes place in a nightclub, and it is probably the coolest scene I've seen in cinema for such a long time. I rewatched this movie on Blu-ray today. I bought it for like $4.99 because it was on sale, and I was like, oh yeah, that movie was awesome. Why do I not own that yet? And I take pride in having that in my Blu-ray collection. So, yeah, this nightclub scene was absolutely badass. You know, it starts off and there's just the music, and you see a guy just get thrown onto the window and there's blood going down the window. Also, if you haven't seen this movie yet, so that came out in 2014, then spoilers. But you see like blood go down the window and you're just like, yeah, something's about to kick off, and yeah, something does kick off. You know, there's bullets flying, people dying everywhere. He's like stabbing people, and Reek from Game of Thrones is running out of there. He's like, no, I ain't having this. And it really shows you why this is such a great action movie. But as well as a great action movie, it has quite a lot of heart, I guess, because it was very sad. You know, you see his dog die and you really feel his emotions. If you're a dog owner like me, you know, it really does pull on the heartstrings and it really makes you sad. And you really see where John Wick is coming from and why he wants to kill all of these dudes. And you know, I stand by John Wick in this movie, and that's why I've dressed like him, because you gotta dress to impress if you're gonna review a great Keanu Reeves movie, right? Yeah, if I was reviewing The Matrix, I'd be wearing a trench coat and glasses, but I'm not. So here we go. But anyway, this is the sort of movie that you would watch and you'd be like, okay, that was a generic action movie, I don't need a sequel. But after I walked out of this movie, I was like, I need to see more of this character because he's such a badass and he's such an awesome character. I can't just leave it at one movie, I've got to see more of John Wick, and that's why I'm so excited for John Wick Chapter 2. So if you haven't seen John Wick yet, you have to go out and see it. If you're an action fan, a movie fan, you want a good time, John Wick is your good time. So go watch it, go buy it on Blu-ray, check it out if you haven't already. But yeah, I mean, other people in this movie, including Willem Dafoe, he's very good. He's not in a lot, but there's a cool action scene involving him, and you've got Ian McShane in a small role, John Leguizamo in a very small role. You know, so you've got other cast members, but this movie really does rely on the acting and the charisma and the badassness of Keanu Reeves' character, because they set him up as just this mild-mannered sort of dude. He's just a regular average Joe. The actual people who, you know, fuck with him in the first place describe him as just some loser, just some, you know, some nobody. And I love the scene when the dude's father, Reek's father, he just looks at him and he's like, no, that's not a nobody. The guy you messed with is John Wick, and he tells him the story of John Wick, and he like sets it up as like the boogeyman. It's the boogeyman story, you know, Yaga Baba, whatever it's called, you know, that thing from Rise of the Tomb Raider. That's what he's describing as the story of John Wick, and you're just watching it like, yeah, I couldn't have believed that 5 minutes ago, but now I've seen what he's done. Like now I've seen, you know, that whole scene with his house and everything. Now I can see why they're describing him as this badass character, because holy crap, I would never mess with John Wick at this point, because, you know, this is the sort of guy you don't mess with, you don't look at wrong. because you don't want John Wick raining down your throat, because he is the best badass in cinema history, or at least since 2014. We haven't had anyone since then that's competed with John Wick, so, you know. But anyway, so this was such a surprise movie. I think it would have surprised a hell of a lot of people with how good it was. And I love the movie. I absolutely love it. I've seen it a few times. I'd definitely watch it again. It holds its place of pride in my Blu-ray collection. And I hope John Wick 2 does the same for me. I hope I end up buying that on Blu-ray and loving it just as much. I mean, if John Wick 2 is a great action movie, I will have pride in having John Wick and John Wick Chapter 2 together on my Blu-ray shelf for eternity. And then eventually John Wick Chapter 3, because you know that's coming. That's definitely coming. So yeah, let me know what you think of John Wick 2. John Wick 2, this is John Wick 1. But if you've seen John Wick 2, let me know what you know of that. No spoilers, of course, because I haven't seen it yet. I'll probably see it Valentine's Day, but who knows. My Valentine's Day will be Mr. Wick. But yeah, let me know what you think of John Wick. Do you love it? Do you think it's a great action movie? Do you agree with my points? Let me know. If you like what you see here, make sure you subscribe. And thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next video.